story. His energy is contagious. I'm listening to everybody, and you can't help but want to give back and help others, even if you just met me today. So it's pretty inspiring. Next up, we have Miss Cynthia Lady Rose. Come on up.
Now, I forgot the mic. Okay, I'm excited. My voice projects. But before I get fully started, I would like you guys to repeat after me. Are you ready?
Yes.
With a book.
With a book.
In my hands.
In my hands.
The whole wide world.
The whole wide world.
Is at my command.
Is at my command.
Even though it's paper.
Even though it's paper.
From end to end.
From end to end.
A book is a
very
special friend.
special friend.
You guys did great. Give yourselves a hand. I must. First, my oldest daughter is in the audience, and I have to thank her for introducing me to Lindsay, and Lindsay introducing me to Sheila, and I just thank her for this opportunity. So you know, I am Lady Rose, and I am the super proud author and innovator of what I call my dream team. This is R.I.T.A Book, and this is her big brother Rodney. And I created them to be my dream team of literacy and learning. As my dream team, their creations from my imagination. And for literacy, it is literally through literacy that you can see the map. Just a little background information. I believe everyone in here has a superpower. Do you believe it?
Yes.
So those that didn't say anything, I need to know, right? Is that what that is? But just so you know, you do. You have a superpower. And your superpower is your imagination. Your imagination is your superpower. Don't you know? I did not know that. But when you think about it, you look around this room, everything that is seen started with a dream, right? And everything ever invented, the imagination is what did it. Do you agree?
Yes.
Come on, when I say all right, you say okay, all right?
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
When I say all right, you say okay, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right. Now, with my superpower that I call the imagination, and as you see, we're in camouflage. Wonder why? Because I was a military police sergeant in the U.S. Army. And with my imagination, I wanted my characters to be soldiers, but soldiers in the army of life, where knowledge is the tool that they use to fight as their defense and fight and defeat the enemy of ignorance. Did y'all get that?
Yes.
Because the only way that you can defeat ignorance is with knowledge. And now the scary part is a lot of people think because their enemies aren't vividly seen, they don't believe they exist. And that was me. Because nobody can tell me that I until ignorance uncovered that I needed more than just a song. And it wasn't until I graduated out of high school that it became a very painful reality. Did y'all know reading skills is a life skill? Come on, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all knew. I didn't know. Until I got out here trying to fill out applications, cover letters, didn't have any employability skills. So I went into the Army. Because at least in the military, they told you what to do, right? I didn't have to figure it out. And I'm so grateful that I went because going in the military was my saving grace. One of the reasons why I wanted to read a book and write these soldiers in the army of life is because when our young people come out of school, they're going straight to the battlefield. And one of the things that I realized is when you come out of school and, like I did, and you don't know very much, you're defenseless. You have no weapons to work with. And I became, and you guys won't believe it, but you know what, I say that for a minute. Anyway, it will leave you, number one, without a whole lot of options for career goals. That was one thing that I recognized. But I think the biggest, most impactful, adverse effect of poor literacy skills was what it began to do to my sense of self-worth. I had such a warped, distorted self-concept. It was ridiculous. And that's why I would bank so much on being a singer who needed to read when you can sing like me. And what I saw, you need to know how to read contracts. You need to be able to read lyric sheets and then be able to convey the message that the song conveys or the story the song is telling. Did y'all know that? Boy, believe it or not, it is by way of tripping while walking, because you couldn't tell me, once I walked through that stage door, I was going to enter a stage with lights and cameras, a full audience. And no sooner I opened the door, I tripped over the threshold, and I was inside a library with a whole bunch of antsy kids that didn't want to do nothing in the library but rip, run, and everything else under the sun. So they didn't want to read, and I didn't want to read. I had issues with reading because every time in school, basically, it was always associated with work. Book reports, putting the glossary words and sentences, or when I was at home and I did something I had no business doing, my mom and my dad would take my TV and make me stay in my room and read a book. So I didn't like books very much, especially because I never knew how to make those letters connect. They really didn't make a lot of sense. I could identify the words in a sentence, but if you asked me to say what did that sentence say or tell you what was said with that sentence, I couldn't tell you. So I got very frustrated with reading. And I'm still banking on getting discovered So when I should have been paying attention in class, I was practicing my autograph. Because I know the pain and the shame that goes along with feeling bullied by books or being intimidated by the text. Don't give me one of them thick books. Don't have the Potter books. When that was called, I didn't bother to flip pages because just the sight of it was intimidating. And don't you know there are actually students in our school system that is the same exact way. I've never known what it is to read for pleasure or read for fun. So when I created Read a Book, and the spelling of her name means reaching imaginations today, tomorrow, and always with breathtaking objects of knowledge. And it's all about fun and exploring your interests. So they don't develop a disdain for engaging themselves with something that is powerful, real. R.I.T.T.A, technology, digital literacy is his specialty. And his name, the spelling of his name is research, observation, demonstration, navigation, evaluation, and your habitation. That's how we learn, that's how knowledge is earned. Oh, go ahead and give me a hand. Go ahead. I see it on you. I see. So, getting back to superpower. I was always under the perception that my superpower was my ability to sing, right? Don't you know, it was only by accident that I became a librarian. I was only supposed to be a substitute teacher. And I kept telling my principal, no. Don't get too comfortable here because I was so uncomfortable being in a room full of all those books. So the kids was wilding and I was desperate. And what I realized was my superpower, even though I hated reading, and I'm sorry about that word, but it's the truth. With my literacy skills being very poor, I was creative with words. I was innovative with words. That's my superpower. That's what I realized. And want me to tell you how I realized it was my superpower? You want to say yes? Yes. I'm talking to y'all. Okay. I was so desperate. I didn't know what I was going to do with those kids. I kept telling them I'm the librarian. They said, nah, Miss Rose, you a dentist. And it was like pulling teeth. So I said, all right, I got you. So, being known, just in case I didn't get that record deal, as a singer, I was going to be a rapper. Yeah, I got bars, right? So I took every single letter of the alphabet and I made it relevant to the library because that's all I knew.
That's right.
And I need to tell everybody that's in here, you got a superpower.
Right.
And it's that thing that is so easy for us to do. It's like just breathing. It's innate. It's instinctive. And we blow it off. Because it's natural. Like blinking our eyes, our eyelashes. And it wasn't until I was connected and put in a place, in a space, filled with a whole bunch of individuals I didn't want to be around. Books. Ah! Man, I said somebody played a trick. I just want everybody in here to embrace your superpower, whatever that thing you believe it may be, and understand that there's a need for it. Because for me, I found my superpower in the midst of darkness. Low self-esteem, lost, confused. In that dark place, in that dark, ugly place, lonely place, I understand now that that darkness is my light to shine on other people's lives, to enrich and to empower. And all I want you guys to do, okay? I want you to turn your cans into cans, then turn your dreams into plans. And the way you're gonna do it, you're gonna accept my invitation. And then you're gonna go and launch your own private investigation. And I want you to seek and search with everything you got and see what's inside your imagination. Because look what was in mine. You got it? Y'all got that? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Lady Rose. She was singing. Y'all was singing though too? Yeah.